In this lesson, we will learn how search engine works. This is very important fundamental knowledge because when you are learning SEO, you should have a clear idea of what search engine does and how it works. It will help you to understand SEO better, or if you are in an analyst position or SEO analyst career path, you can clearly explain to another person. So search engines, basically these are web softwares. What the purpose it does it helps you to find the right information. So let us take an example here. For example, what does a librarian does? A librarian basically helps you to manage that particular library. Whenever you go into library, the librarian does what he does is he finds all these books, or make a better organizing of all these books, understand the book, automatically puts the right books on right shelf, and when a person comes to it, they can browse through the right shelf to find what he's looking for. If he couldn't find something, he can ask the librarian, because he has done the job correctly of organizing, ranking all these things correctly. He will know which are the right books for that particular user. So that is what search engine does also. When you go into Google, it automatically searches its entire database, and to give you the relevant results to you, it will do all three different process at backend to serve you the right web pages or results when you are searching on web. So this is the common way of almost all the search engine works, almost like Google, Bing, Yahoo, Yandex, anything. This is the common stages. So it mostly consists of three different stages. One is called crawling. Crawling is most just like finding new stuff, finding all these things. So in this case, an example, librarian, he wants to find all new books, all the books in the world, all the books available, all the titles. So here also the crawling job is of search engine is because more new web pages are going to be created, new websites are coming created, so they need to keep on updating their database. So crawling is the main job of finding new websites, brand new business websites, brand new blogs and everything, to find new stuff. Then follow links between the pages. So in search engine, it does not only index your website, it also index each web pages within your website. So when it finds a website, what it will essentially will do is it will visit all the links in that web page also. So if it find an internal link, it will go into the website, find another page, it will go into that. Similarly, if it found an external link, it will go into that website. So it just follows this all the links and within the websites itself, and it will take notes on the content. These are brief notes. First ever when it's crawling, it will look into basic crawling stuff related notes, something like crawl information on whether it's indexable, no index, or what is the link redirect type. All this technical stuff are there. So basic information on the pages it follows, and it updates the information about the pages change. For example, some of the web page it visit, it might already have that in its database. So when it finds that page again, it will look for any changes on information or technical information. So first job is always crawling. It's almost like finding new stuff or just going out and looking for new stuff. The next job is indexing. Indexing is where it already found all these information. Now it needs a way to organize this, or way to understand that particular content much more in depth. So this is where indexing comes into play. What happens here is Google not only uses the web page title or description, it's old days, where nowadays even when you search for something, if that keyword or that target query is not present in title or description, even if it present in a content body or even in an image within the content body, it will still show that search result if it is relevant to your search query. This is where that magic happens, where it automatically analyzes the page content to understand it better. then it understands the page topic you are writing about, not just the keyword you are exact keyword which you are targeting on a specific page. So you are writing a web page about best lawyer in particular city. Then when it's looking into that, it will understand the topic about the web pages you want doing this particular keyword targeting, but it also understand the topic you are writing in that page. What you are trying to do, is it a service, is it a blog post, is it a way to explain the legal system or the different type. Basically it makes that page much more understanding for its need. The reason why it does it, it needs to catalog all this important information. So because the Google database alone consists billions of search results every day. So when a user perform, it needs to know all this information correctly in order to serve these results. It can't go every time user search, go to the entire internet search, then deliver it. It needs to have a proper database, and more than a proper database, a organized database. That's why it make the content searchable. So when user types something, it needs to do this in an instant. It needs to understand the value, all the things, information it has, and it has to do it quickly. So this is where indexing stage comes into a play. Once you found the information in crawling, you are making it much more easier to get into the Google results and make it easier to discoverable. The last one of the search engine's main goal is ranking. This is very important. Like for example, you ask to a librarian like what are the good books in crime fiction, and with a male lead, something like that, a specific search query, and that librarian will have a specific set of rules or criteria to say, okay, these are the best books on it, or this might be a very interesting read to you, or this is not suitable to you. So he has a specific criteria. Similar to that, search engine works like that. You search for something in Google, it automatically should know a set of criteria to say, okay, these are the most relevant for this person. So what it does, it matches the searcher's intent. So when you search for something, it need to understand that intent and give you results for that particular intent based query, and evaluate content quality. So every web page it automatically found and started indexing, it will understand the quality of the content within that page. A quality in the sense, I purely say in terms of all the technical stuff. Like Google is still a robot. With the AI, it's just getting better and better to understand the quality. But from a robotic standpoint, from a AI or algorithm standpoint, it will have a, based on its knowledge and algorithm data, it can analyze your content quality for a certain aspect. So it will evaluate that particular content piece. Then based on user experience, it will think, okay, this particular field will much sense to this particular search query. So this user experience and search intent makes a primary role in ranking. And finally, order results by relevance. This is very important. I made it as a relevance because it is a oversimplification of what I say, because every search engine will have set of different algorithms, rules, ranking criteria, all these things. So when a person types for something and it has around, let's say 10,000 or 20,000 web pages answering that same question, it needs to have its own ranking or relevance algorithm in order to show, okay, I should show this particular page on the first position, this particular page on the second position. So it will order that by relevance. The main reason why we should know about this is, like, you are doing SEO. That is the importance of this lesson. You should know that, okay, with doing SEO, I need to make sure that I am making all my SEO efforts or all the website accessible for search engine. I'm doing a good enough job of making it much more easier to crawl, much more easier to index, much more easier to understand. Then by that I'm improving my chances of ranking. So that is the important lesson here, to understand, basically give you an overall idea on how search engine works, and that will help you to get a better understanding in your SEO. In next lesson we will learn how AI search engines works, and if you have any doubts on this particular subject, let me know in the comments and I will answer.